Like, let me tell you something. If they ever issue a silver alert for Dolly Parton, my ass will be hiking the Appalachian Mountains. Appalachian Mountains. I had a friend one time explain to me how to say that word. It's like they throw an apple at you. They throw an apple at you. Appalachian Mountains. All right, so, okay, so it all starts at 2 a.m. I didn't sleep. I did not get a lot of sleep. First and foremost, I slept for maybe about 2 hours, right? All right. So there's that. That's not really important, but the day started there, all right? So everybody knows Blake had skin removal surgery, and part of that removal surgery, he has to go back and have some treatment done to all the scars. All right, so I didn't get a lot of sleep, and they prescribed him pain meds for this procedure, and so I had to take him. So we do the 3-hour drive to Knoxville. He has his procedure, and everything goes fine. Everything's fine. Everything's good. The procedure goes fine. Whatever. Really simply scratching the surface. It's like this big thing that has a whole bunch of needles in it, and it has some kind of something in there. And anyways, they take it, and it's almost like getting a tattoo removed, but way more needles than that. And it goes all down the scar tissue. Okay, but he has scars starting here, all the way down through his armpit, under this chest, all the way up to the butt, and then around his body, and then groin. Anyways, it's a whole thing. Okay, so he's getting that done. So we go to the gas station. He has one of those phone cases that keeps all the cards and shit in the back. And he gets out, takes his phone with him, pulls out his card, pays for the gas, puts the card back in the phone case, puts the phone on top of the car. And he lifts his shirt, and he's like, man, look at this, because they had already gotten super, hi, Nathan, because they had already started, like, getting really red and swollen everywhere. So in Tennessee, we're at exit 112, right? And we go to make the trek back home. And about 10 miles later, I miss an exit. It's my first time coming from this way to get back to Nashville. I miss an exit, and that's when he's like, I'll put in the GPS. Can't find his phone. And I'm like, well, you just had it at the gas station. What'd you do with it? He was like, well, I put it on top of the car to show you my scars. And he was like, I put it on top of the... And that's when we look at each other. And we're like, fuck. Now, I know many of you guys are not Apple people, and that's A-okay. But Blake and I have iPhones, which essentially, you know about the cloud. You can back up your iPhones to the cloud. So you might be internally thinking, oh, that's so awesome that y'all are lucky enough to like have Apple products and everything is saved to the cloud. It only works if you use the cloud. So he doesn't have any of his stuff backed up. Nothing is saved. And you're thinking, I mean, this man had a 256 gigabyte phone, right? And it was saving everything to the phone. I mean, pictures of us going all the way back to dating. Like, this was an older phone, like our engagement pictures, dating pictures. And you're thinking, oh, no, like he lost all your dating pictures. That's sad in itself, right? Is that Blake lost his last and only, like the only grandparent still alive in 2019. He lost Pawpaw back in 2019. And so that phone had all of his... The text messages between him and Pawpaw, the last pictures of Pawpaw and him and Pawpaw, like voicemails from his Pawpaw. So like immediately you see the struggle here. This was like Blake was raised by a single mom, so Pawpaw was the only man, like dad figure in Blake's life. So immediately you see how so on top of not using the cloud, on top of the Pawpaw and everything like that, he lost his driver's license, credit card, debit card, social security card. So like there's that. But immediately I do a little skirt, I turn around and we retrace our steps, right? We retrace the fuck out of our steps. So this is about like a 10 to 15 mile circle that we're making, right? And he doesn't have it saved on anything. There's no Google Drive. There's no... So I got hazards on. I'm driving like 40 on I-75. I'm causing all kinds of traffic hazards, right? About 30 minutes go by of us doing this circle. And we pull over to a gas station to brainstorm. And I let him, I don't let him. Like, he has a big cry, and I'm there for him. And that's when I'm like, oh my God, we could use Find My iPhone. I was like, I can sign into my phone to see where yours is, right? All right, so we're like big brain and energy right now. Okay, we're like, hell yeah, big brain energy. Well, would you know it if the goddamn thing didn't ping in the middle of I-75? We go back to right where Find My iPhone says the phone is supposed to be. This is not a desolate road. It's the middle of the day. It is 2:30. And this is about the time I post on Instagram that my stream is canceled, right? Because, well, we were not going to make it back in time to have stream. we do the Find My iPhone and it pings right in the middle of the interstate. And so I'm driving like 40 and I'm like, hey, I'm going to look in this lane. You look on that lane. Together we're going to see it. Didn't see it. Did the loop again. Didn't see it. Didn't see it. Didn't see it. So we pull over and we're walking through this high ass grass. Ticks everywhere. Oh, I hate ticks. Listen. I can't even talk about it or I'll get itchy. I don't like ticks. I don't like deer ticks. I don't know if y'all have them where you live, but they're little 6-legged critters. They get on you and they just suck your blood. They're stupid. They don't have a purpose in the world and I hate them and I hope they all die. So that's a tick. We're walking around and immediately thunder, lightning, downpour. It's coming a storm. And so I'm like, okay, well maybe this rain will like wash it down somewhere and we'll be able to see it or something. So we're taking breaks to cry. Because it's very stressful. It's very not good. Hello, Garrett. Thank you so much for following. It's very not a good time. And it's starting to rain. And Blake's like, that's when Blake absolutely lost it. And he's like, you know, this is not me making fun of him. I ugly cry all the time. Blake is ugly crying because he's scared that he just lost the last memories that he has of his pawpaw. And so, which obviously would upset anyone. That's a big fucking thing. And so, I'm like, all right, Blake. I'm like, you know what? This is so important. This is so fucking important. I was like, we're going to Lowe's, and we're suited up. I was like, we're gonna fucking do it. So we go to Lowe's, and he's like, what are we gonna get that's actually gonna fucking help? I was like, Blake, I don't fucking know. Because here I am in like workout clothes and my chacos. Blake's in like some joggers. Literally just had surgery. This man's got 6 stitches here, 6 stitches in his back. Just got fraxed all over the place. Motherfucker had just had major surgery. Not major. It was mediocre. It was middle of the road surgery. He was not supposed to be wading in the waters of Tennessee in a ditch, all right? So we go to Lowe's. I pick up rubber boots. I pick up the bright-ass, yellow-ass wetsuits that have the bibs and the overalls. I get some orange vests. I get some caps that got the lights in it. I get some, like, 550 lumen flashlights. I'm like, let's fucking go. We get some tortillas. We get some deli turkey. We haven't eaten. We've been in Knoxville. We got on the road at 7:30. About the time we're buying all this, it's 4 p.m., all right, so we're eating this. We bought some tortillas, some deli turkey, some cheese, some Cheetos. We're like, fuck diets. Can't be us today, not us. And we start from the very beginning at the gas station and we get out. Like, the man's not supposed to take a shower for 24 hours, so he sure shit ain't supposed to be sweating his balls off in a ditch on the side of the interstate. All right, so we're suited the fuck up. We trek 4 miles, which is, in the grand scheme of interstates, is not that long. But for a man who just had surgery and I just bought this random shit from Lowe's, yeah, if you're laughing in the chat, don't feel bad. Everything works out. It's a happy ending, so we can laugh now. So we're checking Find My Phone while we're trekking the interstate. Semi trucks, like this is I-75. Shit ain't slowing down for nobody. Anyways, calling the phone. It's still working through all the rain and shit. Oh. You know, Blake looks at me and he's like, when do we call it? When do we call it? He's like, I don't want to lose Pawpaw. He's like, oh my God, I'm going to cry thinking about this. He's like, I can't lose this man all over again. Like, I read those text messages. I listened to this voicemail. This was the last thing I had of him, you know? Anyways, I was like, Blake, this search and rescue is not over until the phone dies, because on Find My Phone, you can see how much battery life, or Find My whatever, you can see how much battery life is left. I was like, Blake, I will be out here till your phone dies. I was like, until there is absolutely no hope left. And I'm like, Blake, the one place we haven't checked is the median. And there wasn't really a median. It's just the concrete barrier, right? You got 3 lanes of traffic. You have a shoulder on the right side, because in America, we drive the correct way. Anyways. So we got the right-hand shoulder. That's where we've been parking and walking along this ditch. You got the slow lane, the middle lane, fast lane, and then about 2 feet of asphalt, and then the concrete median, right? And I'm like, the one place we have not checked is the median. And he was like, Ashley, we can't cross 3 lanes of interstate. And I'm like, fuck it, we ball. I was like, Blake, I have depression. Dude, I don't give a fuck. I'll risk my goddamn life. Anyways, so I go over there and I check a drain. It's not the drain. I come back. Blake's still walking up and down the thing. I was like, Blake, I just go check the drain. Checked the drain. I was like, it's not there. And he was like, I'll walk it. And I was like, oh my God, this is so scary. At this point, it's like 8 o'clock at night. It's still raining, thunderstorming its ass off. He goes over there. We all decked out in our raid suit gear, our hats with lights. We got this 550 lumen flashlight. He's looking up and down. He's walking the middle concrete barrier. I mean, semis are ever play Frogger? That's what we were doing. We were playing Frogger, all right? So he's walking down. At this point, I don't have anything to help with, so I am just keeping my flashlight on him. Fuck it, I have depression when your wife is both ride and die. So to help like illuminate his body, you know, I have my flashlight on him. We got all this reflective gear on. People are honking at us like, motherfucker, leave us alone. It's already hard enough. And anyways, all of a sudden I see him stand he bends down, stands up, and he's grasping his chest, and I'm like, did you find it? Did you find it? And we have to wait for all this traffic to pass before he can book it over. He's like, I got my papa back. And wouldn't you know it, if all them goddamn, his driver's license, the cards, credit cards, debit card, social security card, all that stuff was still in his phone case. He comes over and he just breaks down. And the only thing wrong is the left upper corner is broken and like the cameras, whatever. Anyways, checked. Everything's fine. Cards are still there. Phone still works. But we searched for that phone for 6 hours in the ditch on the side of I-75. So if any of y'all just happen to be going down I-75 near the 112 exit near Powell, Tennessee, and you saw some dumb fucks in yellow outfits, you missed a wonderful time for a meet and greet. We need your hat and elf ears. Come here, Beans. Come here. You haven't made an appearance on the channel in a long time. Oh, and then we were so tired. On the way back home, we were so tired that we... I gotta brush your fat ass later. We just had to get a hotel room because I couldn't make it. He couldn't drive and I couldn't make it. I was like, it's done. Listen, I tell you what, some of these stories that I be telling y'all, if I didn't have anybody to like verify them, y'all be like, this bitch really loved to lie.